Hello, I'm Scot Conway, Ph.D, J.D, 8th degree black belt, lawyer, real estate broker, author, program instructor, seminar leader, corporate trainer, business coach. I've got this crazy resume. So if you're looking for someone who's got his man credentials, I've got the man credentials. I've got the resume. I've got the education. I've done stuff. I've done a lot of different stuff. So I'm not just, some guy showing up with some fanciful ideas, some things I picked up in college and moved for them. I'm 48 years old. I've lived life. I've got 4 sons that I'm raising. I'm married. I've got the stuff going for me. And so I'm not just coming from an ideological standpoint. I'm in life. I'm living life. I'm getting stuff done. So this isn't just this random opinion. And what we're doing is we're talking about the mask you live in, this video that talks about this idea that be a man is so destructive, that the way we do masculinity is so destructive. And I won't totally disagree with that. I think it's unhealthy the way we're doing it because we don't have a healthy model for it. I have a healthy model for it. That's what I talk about and teach in Mothers Raising Sons. And I teach this, I train people in it, I do small group retreats and kind of VIP intensives and stuff that we can do to really make a difference in this. I hope that even what I'm sharing in these videos, kind of deconstructing this, can really help, because I am really honestly concerned about the damage that the ideals being put forth in this video could end up doing. That in order to solve a problem, they're throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and I'm handling this as one tiny little clip at a time. We are not even halfway done. Here's the next clip.
What is it you don't let people see? Almost 90% of you have pain and anger on the back of that paper.
If you never cry, then you have all these feelings stuffed up inside of you, and then you can't get them out.
Okay, now let's talk about this for a second. Now, how many human beings do you know? I mean, I'm assuming that I'm not just talking to kids here. I'm not just talking to teenagers and pre-teenagers. I'm talking to a lot of adults here. A lot of parents here that maybe have a concern for their children, a concern particularly for their sons. Do you ever have a problem with emotion? Do you ever have maybe hurt, fear, anger that's inside of you? Of course we do. We call this life. Now, sometimes we try to give our kids kind of the idea that we've got it all together. I mean, I don't mind admitting when something scares me. I don't mind admitting when, I don't know. The thing is I understand what emotion means. There's something called the language of emotions. The language of emotions is the key that unlocks emotional genius. So when I'm talking to my kids and they can tell I'm angry or have anger, I can share. Anger means there's a broken rule. There's some way I think it ought to be this way, and it's not that way. And because it's not that way, and I think it ought to be that way, that makes me mad. That's what anger is, a broken rule. Or, there's this thing coming, and I don't really know what to do about it. And fear is something's coming, I'm not ready. And I see this coming, and I'm not ready, and I'm not sure I'm going to be ready. That's fear. That's what fear is. Or then there's hurt. Hurt is damage. I perceive damage is being done. That's hurt. And all of us have this kind of idea that, as men, we're not supposed to have these emotions, but I can talk about emotions and feeling the emotions, but it's because I have such clarity on them. I have a model I can use. It gives me a vocabulary to have these discussions. And all of us have pain inside. All of us have fear inside. All of us have anger inside. We deal with it differently. Modern society gives men more permission to feel anger, but if you get behind the anger, very often you'll find something else. Sometimes it really is anger, that there's a broken rule. But when the broken rule is this scares me and it's not supposed to scare me, so they mask it with anger. Okay, then you have the rule of anger is I'm not supposed to be afraid, you're not supposed to scare me. Okay, well then let's go to the fear side and deal with the fear side. Some people have anger because they have a rule that says you're not supposed to hurt me, I'm not supposed to get hurt. Okay, well, good. Then we know where the anger is coming from. Now let's go to the hurt part. Let's fix the hurt part. And this idea that you have to cry to get it out. I mean, think about this for a second. Crying to get out hurt, trying to express hurt, that can be good. What if the emotion someone's trying to express is this seething rage? How do we want them to express that? We need to be careful. What if that feeling they have says, oh, I just want to kill this person? Well, no, that's not okay. Being responsible means, no, you don't get to express that. You don't get to do that. Or they're feeling like, oh, I'm just done. I'm done. I just want to kill myself. Well, we don't want them acting on that either. So getting control from a healthy model, we want our kids to have a healthy model of adulthood. We want them to have a healthy model of emotion. Have a healthy model of emotion that gives them a vocabulary to talk about what they're feeling without them having to struggle with all of that. And we have that in the language of emotions. I mean, that's a 24-hour class in the audio programs I teach. It's in my book, Emotional Genius. You'll also find it in my book, Have It All One. And so, I mean, all these answers are here. There's ways we can fix this without throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We don't have to get rid of masculinity. We don't have to get rid of teaching our boys how to be men. We don't have to have, our sometimes what people call mommification. I'm not entirely sure where that word came from. But we don't need Peter Pan syndrome of people not growing up and learning how to act in a mature, responsible manner. I am already having enough women coming to me because their men don't know how to communicate. Well, becoming girls isn't going to help. You need to have a solid vocabulary. We have a lot of complaints of women who are talking about how, where are the great men out there? Where are the leader men? Where are the men that have ambitions, that are stepping it up? Where are these men? Well, think about what we're doing with stuff like this video. We're training it out of a whole generation. We can't do that. Honestly, don't you think things are messed up enough as it is? Let's do this in a healthy way, please. Let's just do this in a right and healthy way. Let's get rid of the bathwater, yes, but let's keep this baby. Let's do the right part. Don't throw out the good stuff with the bad stuff just because people have been messing it up. Let's keep the healthy thing. Let's just do this right. This is Scot Conway, Ph.D, J.D, master martial artist, and the whole rest of the resume. But I'm here today for mothersraisingsons.com.